Greetings, everybody. Welcome to another program with Shura TV. I'm Dr. Zachariah. Greetings of peace to everybody. Hope you're doing well. Today, again, is Tuesday, and we've just been issued a stay-at-home order on Sunday night from Governor Newsom. Basically, this is going to be another lockdown 2.0. But I think the conditions are different, and we wanted to discuss some key points in this new lockdown and new orders that are happening throughout the state of California. And specifically, we're going to focus on things here in Southern California. We have now the basis and the logistics, because is due to the ICU capacity in hospitals. Once they dip under 15%, which they have in LA County and Orange County, now it's 12.5%, then a lockdown is mandated by Governor Newsom. The lockdown came into effect Sunday evening, I think, and here we are on Tuesday, and it was to the point where many businesses that were previously open have been ordered to close down and shut down, and specifically hard hit sectors are restaurants and these type of facilities where people go and utilize regularly. And they've only been mandated to do takeout deliveries and orders and things like that. And from a health perspective, we'll get into this a little later. Of course, all these measures are for the purpose of public safety. And of course, as you know, in the last week and a half, we've had the highest number of COVID infections and deaths throughout all of 2020. So this is alarming for California and for the nation at large. We had President-elect Biden issue a mandatory masks for everybody for his first 100 days of office. And, the very important things are definitely to keep masked up anytime you're outside your home, or if you have anybody over your house that's not within your own family. And then also, do we want to continue to wash our hands and keep sanitation that way, washing often. And then also we want to watch our distance, which is, keep 6 feet apart unless there's some essential reason that we have to go any closer to somebody. So it's very important to keep those things in mind, and we want to make sure that these things are abided by. I mean, a lot of people, I think, seem to have a little bit difficulty following these orders. It is December. People are usually on a lighter work schedule as it is. It is the holiday season here. But I think we can all try to accommodate a little further and help the public cause, because we do really want to get ahead of these infections and the increased incidence of COVID-19. Dr. Fauci, who's been reappointed to the new administration's COVID-19 team, he's the head of it, has said that this is going to be a dark winter. And God forbid, we don't want you and your families to suffer from this and get affected. Nowadays, everybody knows somebody that has been affected with COVID. And God forbid, one of our relatives or close friends or colleagues or associates is someone who's, hospitalized for COVID. We'd like to prevent that, especially now that the hospital resources and our first line responders are letting us know that the ICUs are at low capacity and low, 12.5%. That's pretty low. So we need to take care of ourselves and kind of oblige and stand up to the challenge of this public responsibility. We're all in this together. Everybody's going through this. There's, whether you're rich or poor, or black, white, whoever you are, from wherever you are, everybody's going through this. So understand that this is a team effort, and we really need to kind of hunker down during these holidays and stay at home and do only essential things outside, especially if you have seniors or your mothers and fathers or grandparents and grandfathers that are elderly. especially if they're around. You want to protect them and protect yourself, and it's very important to abide by those things. The other side of it, the flip side of it, is the economic impact that everybody's trying to balance. Again, it is December. People are shopping online a lot. Everything you can find online, and there are delivery services. Every grocery store, every pharmacy, anything that you would need is available through phone call and delivery, and all these online apps that you can order through. And there's really not any major reason for you to be out there. You can designate one person to go, maybe somebody that's fit and healthy in your family, to go shopping for everybody, and get that list done once every 2 weeks. But other than that, you don't really need to be out and about. I know the tendency is for us, it's the holidays, we want to go and vacation and go out and go do things, but for these next 3 weeks, it'd be very wise for everybody to try to abide by these regulations and try to stay safe. Again, the stressor here is that it's a matter of public safety. It's very important to try to stay home, limit contacts, and keep yourself and your family safe. I know it's psychologically it can be daunting, it can be tough, but we humans are resilient and can persevere, and we are fortunate. We live here in the United States. We have access to the rest of the world through our electronics, through our TVs, through our computers, laptops, phones. So you're not, in essence, isolated, really. You still have opportunities to talk to your loved ones, to see them on FaceTime, to call them video calls, and gather together and have family meetings together on Zoom. You guys can do these things to kind of keep abreast of what's going on, but it's really a matter of vitality now that we get through this. And as you see, there's hope at the end of the tunnel. We have the vaccines coming out. The UK, actually today's Tuesday, so this morning in the UK, they gave the first vaccine to a 90-year-old senior. It was the Pfizer vaccine that they started actually distributing and injecting in patients. So that started. It's underway. It's going to be underway here in another 5 to 7 days. They're going to start the distribution and with the Pfizer one. And there's 4 other companies that are up for approval as well. So the vaccine will be around. It's going to come out in Orange County specifically. I think St. Jude's or Chalk is going to have it first. And then as they see fit, they're still distributing it more. So the vaccine's coming. The first line defenders will take it first, and seniors and people living in skilled nursing facilities and assisted living facilities. So please hang in there. Don't get fatigued. I understand it's the end of the year. People want to, it's the holidays, spend time with your families. They want to go out and do things. But again, please, bear in mind that our hospitals are coming at capacity, and specifically the ICU beds. So 12.5% ICU beds. It's really getting to the minimal. So we want to make sure that we give our first responders a break and not overwhelm the hospitals and overwhelm the urgent cares and testing and all that. We just stay home, take it easy, tell your friends, contact them, encourage them to abide by the rules and regulations. This morning I saw another bulletin from the sheriff's department. The sheriff's department, in an effort to kind of mitigate between the lockdowns and some people that are claiming personal freedoms and constitutional rights. Again, this is not a constitutional issue. This is not personal rights issue. Nobody's trying to confine that. This is a public safety measure. Just like you would go to a restaurant and the restaurant has standards. Someone comes in, the city comes in, the state comes in, and they have standards, and they let people know that this is an A-rated or a B-rated or a C-rated restaurant. the public officials are looking out for the safety of society in general. So that's the prism or the lens that you have to look at this through. No, there's no reason to panic and say they're taking away our rights and they're doing this or they're doing that. This is just for public safety, so you don't catch the virus and you don't get hospitalized and you don't overwhelm the already exacerbated system that we have in the hospitals. So it's very important to keep that in mind. Again, the things that you have to make sure that you're doing is, again, washing your hands often, keeping your distance greater than 6 feet or more, and then also wearing your mask anytime you're outside or anywhere traveling or anything outside your own home. Those are the three things that have been shown to decrease the viral transmission. And right now, the viral load in society is very high. It's specifically in California, but also in a lot of the Midwest states. If you see this from the Midwest, Colorado, a lot of these states, and then Texas, Florida, it's getting really bad, and we don't want a lot of people, a lot of specifically our seniors to God forbid pass away. Every life is precious, and in the effort of trying to save lives, all of everybody's lives, we need to abide by these measures. And it's temporary. The vaccine is here. We can do it. We can have resilience and have patience. And it's very important to keep all these things in mind. And also, anytime a lot of the outdoor dining has also been restricted, because the outdoor dining, there's multiple households that get together and they start eating at one table outdoors, and that's where the transmission occurs. And that's why they've also discouraged that. They've only mandated that you take out food and order and delivery, and that's the best way right now forward if we want to kind of curb the increased number of infections. They did it in England a month ago, and it worked. All the infections dropped by 30 to 40%, and now they have their vaccine going, and they're starting to administer the vaccine. So we can do the same, but we just need to abide by it and kind of hang on another 3 to 4 weeks, and this will be behind us, and we'll start vaccinating and taking care of our elderly and our colleagues, and slowly get back to a normal society. It's important, as I was discussing before. So I read a thing from the sheriff's office here in Orange County. So the sheriff had a bulletin out that they won't be enforcing any curfews or any type of the regulations that were mandated by the governor's office, but they still encourage you to wear your masks, practice social distance, and keep washing your hands, and abide by all the rules and regulations in terms of hygiene and protecting yourself. So that's very important. They said they don't have the manpower to enforce these things because they're attentive to other things. But everyone's trying to work together and keep everybody abreast and afloat of what's going on. So please keep that in mind and keep everything in perspective. And the other side of this is that, yes, there's this hardship that has come, but we, again, as human beings, have persevered through multiple plagues, multiple flu epidemics, pandemics, earthquakes, world wars, all types of situations, economic depressions, and we'll get through this as well. This too shall pass, as it is a famous saying. So put your trust in God, and keep your loved ones close, and simply abide by the rules. These are all, again, I emphasize, for public safety. It's an issue of public safety. So just like any other public safety issue, the purpose and the reason for these rules and regulations are just that, public safety. There's no need to get into it and get philosophical about it or pontificate about it on personal rights and human rights and the Declaration of Independence, etc. The whole purpose of these regulations is to save lives at the end of the day. So if life matters to you and you're a law-abiding citizen, then you would take measures that would help you and your loved ones preserve your own lives first and others, as this is a social responsibility. We can't all live like independent beings one from another, especially in the under this pandemic. It's impossible. Everybody has to have the social responsibility, take action based on safety measures that have been put out by the experts. And it's very important to follow that, and it's very important to keep that in mind. And I'm emphasizing this a lot because I see, the numbers are really getting horrific, and it's greater than 2,000 deaths every day in the U.S. for the last week. So, our fellow Americans are passing away because of this pandemic. It's a reality. It's there. Even corridors of government that were saying that this is a hoax and this is that, from the White House to Rudy Giuliani, he's got it now. All these people have, faced the COVID-19. It's not going to discriminate whether you're Republican, Democrat, Independent, Progressive. It doesn't matter. Christian, Muslim, Jew, whatever you are, agnostic, it will not differentiate. The virus is there. You need to protect yourselves and your families and your friends. And keep in mind that this is a public safety issue. Number one, it's a public safety issue. And for the sake of the public and saving lives, we have to abide by these simple measures. Wear your mask, keep distance, social distancing, and basically wash your hands as often as possible. And don't come into contact with people in the next 2 to 3 weeks outside your immediate pod or family that you live in. So that's it. And we can get through this. It's the vaccine's there. The vaccine's going to get distributed. The 5 companies are, one's almost approved. The 4 other ones are up for approval. It will come to pass, and be confident that it'll happen. And in the process, you're saving lives by abiding by the rules and regulations. I think that's all I have to say for today. I hope that you and your family are well, and I leave you to the safety and sanctuary of your homes. And hopefully we can discuss better and happier topics on health moving forward. But this was important. This was on my mind. And those of you who go to congregations, as the Supreme Court passed a law that said that these lockdowns cannot prohibit the gathering of religious functions. Still, your religion, whether you're Muslim, Christian, Jew, it promotes life. So the saving and preservation of life is a primary purpose of all faiths and all people who are faithful. The life is sacred, so the preservation of life is important. So you have to follow these safety measures to help in that cause. So even if you're having congregation or you're getting together for Friday prayers specifically, it should be outdoors, but you should be masked up, definitely masked up. That's the least, and it should be outdoors. If you can't accommodate outdoor prayers and things like that, then I would not recommend it in the next 2 to 3 weeks. I would stay away from it. And there's plenty of religious scholars you can talk to that'll condone that. Okay. Have a great day. Have a great week, and we'll see you next week. Thank you for tuning in. And if you have any questions or concerns or comments, please reach out to us. My personal email is drazar@pamedgroup.com, or you can leave comments on the video and we'll get back to you and we can reach out to you. Thank you very much. You guys have a great day, and it was great talking to you, and wear your masks, keep your distance, and stay home. Wash your hands. And it's just another few weeks, and then everything will be on the upswing. Okay? Take care. Have a great day.